Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Everything is Bad new Fangled motion picture show.
That's right, folks. It's not a dream. We are still, in fact, doing this show. We are back for another episode. I'm your host, Niall.
And I'm Nolan.
And today we're going to be reviewing the latest and greatest in crazy, fast-paced action movies. Bullet Train. To give you an idea, so in case you're new here, we're going to do a spoiler warning. Or we're going to do a spoiler-free review and then give you a spoiler warning. And then we'll go more in depth into it after that. But first part, no spoilers. Although, like, some of the stuff that was like a reveal, we were calling pretty far off.
Yeah, I mean,
So
a little. I get. I don't know. I want to say the movie's formulaic because it's not.
right, it's just
But
we watch. It's just if you've seen like all of Quentin Tarantino's movies and all of Guy Ritchie's movies, there's a lot of stuff that you can look at this and go, okay, I think this is where they're gonna go with this.
yeah,
Because it feels very much like an homage to those types of movies where you have this crazy ensemble cast of a bunch of separate people that are all drawn together for some reason or another. It's very, like I said, it's very much in the vein of a Guy Ritchie movie or Quentin Tarantino movie.
yeah, that's accurate. So this movie,
It was really good.
it was really
It was
good.
a really fun movie.
Yeah, it's got a lot of style.
It does. Which is, I mean, it's a David. How do you pronounce his last name? Leitch. Probably not lecherous. I never met the guy. He might be, but allegedly. And anyway, so the it is very stylish. A lot of interesting lighting in some of the scenes too. Because it's modern day Tokyo, so you can do some like weird stuff with like neon lighting and crazy stuff too in some scenes. It was just a fun movie from start to finish. Like it's funny, in a way that like Guy Ritchie movies are.
Yeah, with dialogue.
Yeah, a lot of the dialogue and just the sort of bizarre, like the situation is funny because it's just so outlandish.
Right, and it does like there's some humor in some of the fight scenes because this guy also directed Deadpool 2.
Yep.
Did you direct the first one? Or was that a different director?
I don't know. I will look into that while you continue on. But
yeah, so it's just like it's entertaining. It's
he also
it's gory.
He was also a producer on John Wick, by the way.
Yeah, and it's gory, but almost in a cartoonish sort of way. It's just so much sometimes that you just like can't even take it seriously.
Yeah, so he directed Atomic Blonde and Deadpool 2. He has an uncredited director listing for John Wick on IMDb. Probably a situation where like there were some scenes he directed because they were shooting simultaneously on something.
Yeah, he might have been like second or third unit or something, or did a fight scene or something.
Yeah. And then it looks like he's got 2 movies in pre-production, or one movie or a show announced and a movie in pre-production called The Fall Guy. I don't know. But so if you look at those other movies that he's done, you see he is a very like stylistic director. Like if he hasn't done a whole lot so far, but his directing debut was a short he directed uncredited for Deadpool. I assume that was a promotional thing for Deadpool 2.
Probably.
But Atomic Blonde is his earliest one, and that was also very stylistic. A lot of interesting lighting and stuff. A lot of cool choreography for the fight scenes and stuff. So I'd definitely like to see more stuff done by this guy. I think he was like a stunt coordinator or something before, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So it's that would explain a lot of the really interesting fight choreography.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, I said, good time from start to finish.
Yeah,
Didn't drag in any
Brad
point
Pitt's
or anything.
great. Like Brad Pitt's funny. Like his character's just funny. It looks like Brad Pitt's just having fun in this movie.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's having fun.
Yeah. There's like you see him in the trailer. There's the characters of Lemon and Tangerine, played by Brian Tyree Henry and Aaron Taylor Johnson. Like those two together are hilarious. There's just like the running gag with Lemon throughout the whole thing, where he's just like comparing characters to Thomas the Tank Engine characters, which you were telling me is in the novel.
Apparently so. This movie is based off of a novel by Kotaro Isaka.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an original novel is written in Japanese, but it has been translated into English. And I was reading a review of it, and according to the review, that Thomas the Tank Engine thing is in the novel.
Yeah,
it wasn't something they made up for the movie.
And it's pretty funny though, like because he's a grown ass man, like comparing everyone to characters.
Well, he says he can read people because Thomas the Tank Engine taught him how to understand people, so he can like interact with someone for a short time and then apply their characteristics to one of the characters in Thomas the Tank Engine, and he always gets a good read.
Yeah.
On someone, and he doesn't seem to ever be wrong.
Yeah.
Apparently, the worst thing to be is a Diesel. Like Diesel is a jerk. I don't know. I'm not familiar.
My exposure to Thomas the Tank Engine comes from like people memeing it on TikTok.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. But yeah, no, the movie's a lot of fun. The action's cool. I mean, it's ridiculous. A lot of the action is just way over the top, which is cool. I mean, that's you look at the trailer and you understand what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And the dialogue is funny and witty, and yeah, just I really recommend this movie. I don't know. You got anything else to add before we?
No, not really.
Yeah, go see it. It's a great movie. It's only got a 7.5 on IMDb. I'm gonna say like. It's not exactly high art as far as movies go. But if you're concerned about movies as being entertaining, it is exceptional.
There's a couple that left in the middle of the movie.
Was there?
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Well, because I was sitting right on the edge of the row, so I noticed there's an older couple. They just decided it wasn't for them.
I guess. I mean, there's definitely like some blood and stuff.
It's definitely earns its R.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it gruesome or anything. But like
no, like I said, the gore is almost comical.
Yeah, it's like cartoonish. I think probably the goriest part. There's one dude that gets a sword through the head. And there's one dude that gets shot in the neck and it's like spraying out in a fountain.
Yeah. I think that's the goriest part I think.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely go see it. I highly recommend. It's not like there's anything else to see right now. I mean, what are you gonna go do? Go see League of Super Pets? Come on.
I mean, Thor's still in theaters, isn't it?
Probably. There's like League of Super Pets, and Minions was still in theater. There's a lot of kids there. Yesterday. Yeah. Not in our showing. I think they were all going to see Minions or League of Super Pets.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there were no kids in our showing, so.
Yeah. I mean, it was the first showing of the day. Our showing was almost empty. So, but yeah, go see it, and from henceforth, be spoilers. Boom. Spoiler warning.
Spoiler.
Do you have like? I don't really watch our content. Do you put like any sound effect when you put the spoiler warning up?
No, should I?
Maybe.
Like a whip crack.
Or a whoopah.
Whoopah.
Or you do like the. No, I don't know what that's called. It's like someone shutting a big door, in like an empty warehouse, something. I don't know. Give it a try on this one. Maybe it'll be cool. Let's try it right here.
I have to find a sound effect.
Now I've committed you to doing it. Just pull something off the YouTube sound library, dude. It's all royalty free. It's free for creators. It's easy peasy. Anyway, so spoilers. Yeah, so Some stuff was like we were able to call like the like character in the costume. It was like some like children's anime character like in a big costume. Like you see like the Pikachu people,
Yeah, the
like pictures of that. And it's like because everyone keeps like bumping into this character, I was like, that's gonna be someone. Like,
well,
that's
it
gonna
was
be
obvious when when they tried to grab the briefcase.
Oh yeah, I mean, well before it even tried to grab the briefcase, like I was like,
Yeah.
like the first time when someone bumped into that character, I was like, that's gonna be someone is in that suit. Someone
Yeah.
who is important to this is in that suit.
But if you had any doubts when they tried to grab the briefcase,
Yeah,
and then Brad Pitt punches them in the face,
yeah,
then obviously, like, well, I mean, they wouldn't try to grab the briefcase otherwise.
right. Yeah, it's just like the way everyone is pulled together by the like main antagonist, the White Death,
Yeah.
Michael Shannon.
Yeah. So something that I mean, a lot of people might not pick up on, but this is like an overnight bullet train ride, and they're just going from Tokyo to Kyoto.
Yeah, did you look
Which
up
isn't
how
that
far
very
that
far.
is?
It's not very far, but I was reading the synopsis for the novel, and it's going from Tokyo to somewhere else. I don't know, never heard of the place. Probably much further away.
Maybe they just chose Kyoto because they're like, this is a city and everyone in like has heard of, knows of its existence.
Mm.
And so like you need a destination.
Right.
Let's see, Kyoto.
It's by that big lake there.
Yeah, Lake Biwa, I guess.
Something like that. I think it's on the southern end of it.
All right, directions from Kyoto to. Where's my cursor? There it is. All right, to Tokyo. Let's reverse that.
I mean, it should be the same distance.
Yeah, but it might be worse traffic going one way. So there is a train every 12 minutes that departs Tokyo to Kyoto. That is a 2 hour and 13-minute train ride.
Right, and that's probably not a bullet train.
Tokaido Sanyo Shinkansen. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
I mean, it's fairly high speed, but it's not the bullet train.
Yeah. So this goes from like sometime at night.
Mm-hmm.
It departs Tokyo, and it's after sunrise. It's like early-ish in the morning when the movie ends.
Right.
Or when they get to Kyoto, it's like a little after sunrise. So yeah, I'm like, I don't think unless this train departed at like 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning.
Well, when they get to Kyoto, it's like almost the end of the day, isn't it?
No.
They're like riding on the train for a while during the day.
Yeah, it was all during sunrise. Like while the sun was rising, I think. But yeah, so I don't see. And it was like from Nagoya to Kyoto was like nonstop, right?
I guess.
I think. Yeah, so it definitely doesn't seem like it should take that long. It's a 5.5 hour drive apparently, according to Google Maps. But yeah, we were like, just remember like sitting there like, I feel like this is taking way too long to go from Tokyo to Kyoto. Like they're not that far from each other. So
certainly not by our U.S. standards.
Yeah. So I mean, they do make a number of stops along the way, but each stop is only like 10 minutes.
Not even that. They specifically say it's like a minute.
Oh yeah.
Get on and off the train. You got a minute.
That's right. Yeah. So, I mean, but like, it's just one of those things that like I thought about, and I was, it's one of those things like if you're thinking about that, you're thinking about this movie too much.
Probably.
So,
well, like I said, apparently in the novel it's a different destination, so probably much further away.
Yeah. Maybe they're going way up to Sapporo or something.
I don't remember where it was, and I don't think I'd ever heard of it. So.
And so, because that lake that's like between them and Mount Fuji, like that's that lake there, right outside of Kyoto.
Yeah.
That's a shot in the trailer, too. But yeah, there's a shot where they're like going along. There's this Mount Fuji in the background, and there's this big lake there. So, yeah, I don't know. Like,
What else we got? Spoilers. Well,
it's just how it gets, like, it reveals over, like, the final, during, like, the second to last act of the movie, it sort of reveals how why everyone is even there and how they're related.
Right. Well, it's all
Mastermind.
Yeah, it's all mastermind. So this
Masterminded?
Mastermound.
Mastermind. I don't think that's the past tense for mastermind.
Well, Michael Shannon plays this Russian guy who had taken over this Yakuza.
He's like the biggest Yakuza boss in Japan.
And all the people on the train had at some point wronged him.
Or he perceived as being partially responsible for the death of his wife.
Yeah.
And so he wanted everyone on the train to be there to kill each other. So like the person in the costume was an assassin that uses this particular snake venom to kill people as her trademark. She was hired she killed the heart surgeon that was working on his wife, who was going to do surgery to save his wife's life after an assassination attempt. He blames his son for needing to be bailed out of jail because he's an idiot, and it was the only reason why she was even driving, why she was going anywhere.
To need the surgery.
Yeah.
Because she was, and someone tried to assassinate him, thinking that she was him in the car, and by driving into the car.
He blames the Tangerine and Lemon because they did a job in Belize that was against his crew that he had to go and deal with the aftermath of, is why he wasn't there to protect her. The wolf was there on his own, though, right?
Yes.
The wolf was looking for revenge for the death of his wife on their wedding day, and he was told that the Hornet was the assassin would be on that train.
Right.
Unless he was brought in to be the one to kill the last thinking the Hornet would be the last one. Maybe he was brought in by him to specifically.
That could be, but I don't think they covered that.
Yeah, I don't think they did. And then it turns out Brad Pitt, who was covering for someone who called in sick for the snatch job.
Yeah, the actual target
was played by Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and Brad Pitt's just covering for him, so he's not even the right guy.
Yeah, he's not even the right guy. He's not even supposed to be here
today.
Oh man, I can't believe they're making Clerks 3.
But yeah, and it's all this tangled web, and then ultimately, like the briefcase is what
is the MacGuffin.
And it's got money in it that was supposed to ransom his son, but he is using it as payment to lure everyone else there.
Right. You know, everyone's hired to do something on this train, and they're all told that their payment is in the briefcase. So everyone's after the briefcase, in addition to like whatever they're doing there.
Yeah.
Except for Tangerine and Lemon, who are supposed to be escorting his son back to him with the briefcase.
Right. But they're the ones who brought the briefcase on because they were paid. It was the ransom money.
Yeah.
Or something. Anyway.
It was a cool reveal, like at the end, like the way it was all fit together. It was neat. Yeah. Like I said, it felt very much like a Guy Ritchie movie. And like we're huge fans of Guy Ritchie, so this movie was definitely right up our alley.
And then there was the one girl who turned out to be the bad guy's daughter, and she's just trying to kill him because she
was jealous that her loser brother was always the one getting attention and whatnot.
And he basically ignored her.
Yeah, but even though like he was a loser and couldn't do anything right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then the dude who was like the son of a former Yakuza guy who worked for the person that White Death replaced.
Yeah.
Was brought in by her. She was going to use him to kill her father. So, yeah, it's like all pretty convoluted, but like in a way that isn't confusing when you see it.
We're explaining is probably confusing, but
I'm like looking at the poster, like mentally, like checking off each one that I see on there to make sure I got it all. That the character played by Zazie Beetz is on here twice technically.
oh, because she's the one in the costume, the mascot character, and her.
And her when she took the
What does he call it?
it's like a flight attendant, a stewardess, I guess.
Yeah.
And we're not supposed to call them stewardesses anymore, right?
I don't know why stewardess and steward are two. They're just the male and female version of the same
but
thing.
they want to be called flight attendants now on planes.
Yeah, but I mean,
but like, what do you call someone who does the same thing on a train?
Well, I'm sure the Japanese are fine with the term stewardess because they don't.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about that kind of stuff.
They don't give a shit about that kind of stuff.
That's true. But anyway, so I digress. Wow, that was a loud vibration on your phone.
Yeah.
It was like setting your phone on a drum scan over there on your desk or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
several texts from mutual friend who's just
who does that a lot.
Yeah.
So anyway, you got anything else, Dad?
Nah.
It was a fun movie.
Yeah, I definitely.
It was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend. All right,
It's actually better than I expected.
It was.
Like, I wasn't expecting a bad movie, but I was like, it looks good. It looks like it's all right. And then I was like,
here's the thing. Yeah, I was excited to see it. We were supposed to see it on my birthday. It was supposed to come out last week, and it got bumped 1 week. I'm like, why 1 week? They can't possibly get you any appreciable time for any sort of production.
I don't know.
That's so weird. It's not like it was competing with anything last week. I don't get it, man. So anyway, let's see what we got coming up. Oh, something's wrong. 500 error. IMDb. Interesting. Try that again. Okay, worked that time. Let's see. What do we got next? What's the next thing? Oh boy. I don't even know, man. Like, there's a lot of horror movies coming out.
Yeah, we saw, I think, all the trailers except for like one that we saw were a horror movie.
Well, and Beast is like a thriller. It's not a horror movie, but it's like a thriller.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like it has some horror elements there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a rabid lion or something is the monster, it seems like, right?
Yeah. Like, what was that movie with Val Kilmer with the lions?
Let's see. And Idris Elba?
No, I'm talking about there was an old movie with Val Kilmer.
Oh. Okay.
With like lions killing off his crew trying to build a railroad or something. It's based on true events.
Yeah. Well, it was like in the Congo, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see. I don't even I'm just like going through. Clerks 3 is supposed to release in September. That fast? Really? What is this medieval movie?
Never heard of it.
I think it's not an American-made movie. The story of 15th century Czech icon and warlord Jan Žižka, I probably butchered that, who defeated armies of the Teutonic Order and the Holy Roman Empire.
So he doesn't like Germans.
Well, yeah. I mean, it would have been, Germans and Austrians. I mean, that sounds interesting if it's gonna be in English. I don't know. I don't even know, man. Yeah, Clerks 3 is September 13th, supposedly. That feels really early. Feels like I feel like just a few months ago they were talking about being in filming. I mean, I know there's probably not a whole lot of editing to be done. Like, and obviously no special effects, but I mean, how long did it take him to make the first Clerks movies? He just
I don't know.
So there's this MK Ultra movie coming out in October.
Oh yeah.
And we mentioned before, like, there's no trailer, there's no poster. We have a cast, but I don't care. I'm gonna see a movie about MK Ultra because it is just an interesting thing. If you want to go down a rabbit hole on YouTube one day,
Yeah.
It's a drama, right? This isn't it's a thriller, so it's not a documentary. Let's see. Black Adam is in October. We'll see that. Man, we should almost have we should almost do a special episode just on like what a colossal Charlie Foxtrot the DC movies are, as far as like different universes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's insane that they handled it the way they did.
I mean, at first their intent was to be like the MCU, right?
Yeah, like that's
and they
what all
just
the
kind of gave
that's
up
what
on it.
Now what was supposed to be that became the Snyderverse. And then do you think Zack Snyder is like brother died, right?
I think his daughter.
His daughter died. Someone close to him died, and he had to step away. That's why what's his name? Joss Whedon came in and finished it up for him.
Yeah, the problem is apparently Joss Whedon did a lot of reshoots and changed the movie tonally.
Yeah.
Instead of just continuing with what the plan was, which I find very disrespectful.
Yeah. Well, Joss Whedon, we've come to find out, Joss Whedon, kind of a piece of shit. I'm kind of fine with them remaking Firefly without him.
Yeah.
Like, as long as the dialogue can still be as fun, I'm kind of okay with that. Let's see. Amsterdam.
Oh yeah.
That's a movie
good.
That's a movie with a stacked cast. Margot Robbie, Anya Taylor-Joy, Christian Bale, Robert De Niro, Zoe Saldana, Timothy Olyphant, Rami Malek, Michael Shannon.
Hey, more Michael Shannon.
Mike Myers, John David Washington. That's a great cast. All those people are amazing.
Is See How They Run listed on there?
Man, IMDb changed like the way they display this, and it's like harder to look at. I don't know when that was supposed to come out. Black Panther 2 is coming out in November. Strange World we'll probably see. I think our mom is interested.
Oh, that's that new Disney.
Yeah. I mean, the trailer is neat.
Yeah, it's very like
thrilling tales of daring adventure.
Yeah. Very like 1950s pulp stuff.
Yeah. Which we're big into. Avatar: The Way of Water. I feel like we're kind of obligated to see it, but I just really don't give a shit about that.
You know, like I said, if that movie had come out 10 years ago,
sure.
Yeah, but
Shazam.
I'm kind of interested in Shazam because
of all the DC
I like
projects,
the first one.
Yeah, of all the DC projects announced, I'm most interested in Shazam too. So, because DC they canceled Batgirl. I would be very surprised if they don't cancel Flashpoint or just go and completely remake that movie with a different actor.
Yeah, if they like do any sort of DC Cinematic Universe reboot, I could see them just remaking it with whatever new cast they have at that point.
Yeah. So yeah, like that's what we got through the end of the year. Let me see. Okay, it doesn't. Yeah, Control F didn't find anything on here. I don't know, man. Sometimes this list seems incomplete. Yeah, it's supposed to be out in 2022. It says no specific release date on IMDb, so it could just be that. Oh, wait, no, it says September 9th. That's next month. I wonder why that wasn't on here.
To keep an eye out for that in case it's some limited releases.
September 9th shows Barbarian, Brahmastra Part 1, Shiva, and True Things. Notice we've been getting a shitload of Bollywood movies coming to America and like playing in theaters.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Good for them.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, not my thing, but people who like them have fun with it. That's cool. This list I think is incomplete. I swear there was more. Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, that's next year. I don't know, man. I feel like this list is incomplete. So I don't know. We've got stuff coming up. There's not a whole, as I recall, there's not a whole lot in August and September. In general. But then like late October through the end of the year, I think we've got a decent amount of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So if any of that sounds of interest to you want to come back, check out our reviews on that. Hit the like and the bell and the subscribe and the whatever. And also go check out our other stuff. What was our last review?
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Thor: Love and Thunder. It feels so long ago. It was like 2 weeks ago, man.
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks. Been a minute. Also, go see next. Not this coming Thursday, the 11th, but the 18th. Go see Riff Tracks live. Swamp Thing.
Return to Swamp Thing.
Return to Swamp Thing. So it'll be even worse.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
go
I don't imagine you really need to see Swamp Thing.
No,
but...
go check that out because those guys deserve your money. If you're a cinephile, like those guys are amazing. They deserve your money. And yeah. So, anything else?
No.
Cool. Until next time. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Toodles.